If she didn't move, I wouldn't move. The pact that saved our lives. How are you? My name is Alejandra. I'm 49 years old. This happened to me when I was about 18 or 19 years old. I never had the fear of work. I worked as a girl, I worked as an engineer, so when I was older I looked for the classified reports of Diario Clarín. And I was interviewed. That's how I started working as a promoter. It was a simple job, well paid, they gave you clothes, always fixed a lot of effort. One day, seeing the classifieds, an announcement appeared that I asked promoters for several recognized brands. And they said, "You are a fixed girl." Obviously the other day I left early. I got back and started asking for directions, until they told me which collective to take. I was super excited because I was going very well. I had been up there as a collective for half an hour. And I saw that we went down a bridge and a river. There was a lot of water. That was my first red flag, because it didn't look like the center anymore, it didn't look like a neighborhood. I looked everywhere and for a moment I thought to myself, I'd better get off. But well, I had already made the whole trip and I didn't want it to be a lost day. So I followed. When I got off, I didn't like the place much. That was my second red flag. I thought to myself, this direction, easy, I'm going. Back in the first one I asked they told me and it was close. The address was a department in a building. That didn't seem strange to me because in Capital I had gone to several interviews in buildings. The entrance door did not work. When I heard that the timbre told me to go up directly the 4th floor on the stairs. And the department arrived. I opened the door to a woman, I told her good morning and she answered me, she showed me a chair to wait for me. As soon as I entered, I felt uncomfortable, the woman was cooking. That was my fourth red flag, but I was inside and I wanted to give myself the opportunity to listen to the proposal. The person I had to attend was very late, that was in favor. At one point I looked at this woman and she was watching me. And when he saw me he ran to the kitchen and I couldn't see him. It's like he divided the kitchen and lived in a kitchen. When he did that, I was already very uncomfortable. Suddenly I saw a guy with a bad face and he came talking to me for his dollar. It told me to wait a little longer for him to come to me. That's when I knocked on the door. This woman opened the door and the other girl, like me, I felt really calm. When this woman opened the door, I looked at how she did it because I said if I had to leave here I had to know how to open the 2 doors and close it with a key, but for our luck, thank God, I left the key on the door. When I checked in, we started talking about what was typical. If they had interviewed me or if they knew what this was about. I told them that they didn't know anything, that they said they were waiting, but that I felt very uncomfortable and scared. She told me, you know what? Everything I tell seems fast, but I already used time. I calculate half an hour, 45 minutos. I don't know if more. We were there in that apartment. The guy took a lot of time. Of course, now I'm getting big and I'm thinking that I would be planning our literal kidnapping or waiting for people to do something to me. At one point we look back at this girl I do this as if I want to go. And she who was sitting in front of me, she approached me and said, if you're leaving, I'm leaving too. I felt like she needed me to take the courage to do it. I felt a responsibility for her. I'll that in seconds. At that moment I made a sign, I got up, I took her out the door, I locked her up, I turned her on and we ran out of the stairs, while the woman shouted at us, insulting us, that we're back. When we get down the girl says thank you very much, thank you very much. And I told her I had to go there and she said she had to go to the other side. We ran one by her side. Thank God I can count on it. At that moment I didn't give her importance. I take it as a fact on the side, but today I have full conscience that I was about to be kidnapped. Today I don't ignore so many red flags. I am in my attentive. I leave you my greetings. And I don't want to do it too long, sorry. You have to open the door. There's probably something you're not quite seeing yet. Obviously the other day I left early. He got back and started asking for directions, until they told me which collective to take. Con este resumen terminamos. Espero que te haya quedado todo claro. Nos vemos muy pronto. Hasta la próxima.